This beautiful Wednesday morning. I have to say I'm loving the weather this summer. It's just like so great. We've just been really lucky this year. I hope it keeps up for a little longer. Right, today we are going to be making a beautiful bracelet. Very, very simple design. You only need a couple of materials. Let me just bring this up and show it to you. And I have used these beautiful oval pearls as well, that I'm just gonna put it on the end of my head and bring it in like that so you can see it closer, and the microcrystals. I am loving these microcrystals at the moment. There is just so much you can do with them. The fact that they are a very small bead, they're only 2mm in size, but they have got quite a large hole, so we can use it as a seed beads because we can pass through the same bead many times. So I'm going to show you very quickly all the different color samples. I only have 5 colorways today, so I didn't go too crazy. I got 5 colorways today. You know me, like usually I do like 25, but today we only got 5. Each colorway is going to make you 2 bracelets, and you get 2 colors of the pearls in there, 1 color of the beautiful crystal, and a couple of clasps, and then you get to make, or you can do probably a multicolor one if you wanted to. You could combine the 2 colors. I done them separately, but once you get the kit, it's really your design and what you would like to do with it. Right, okay, so I'm just going to say good morning, Heidi. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Lucy. David is here. Good morning. I've put this in my basket and looking forward to the challenge. David, is so easy, like very, very easy. Sometimes I love like sort of play around and combining stitches and do things together, but sometimes I love doing something like this, which is like it's all about simplicity. Sometimes less is more. Just have the pearls and the crystals together. I just really love it. And actually, sometimes when you do simple designs, it's great as well because it's so quick. So like probably in half an hour, 40 minutes, you got a beautiful bracelet. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Elaine. Again, a different Elaine. Good morning, Joy. Saying, oh, hope you are better. Yes, so I'm so much better now. However, my energy is still not back 100%. So I'm trying to get back to my walking, and I was doing 5-6K a day, but now like now I'm just like doing maybe three times a week, 4 times a week. I'm trying to build it up. I get really exhausted by the evenings, and but it will take some time. It will take some time, but it's coming back. I'm all good now. Good morning, Mandy. Natalie's here. Good morning, lovely. Joe is here. Good morning. Right. Okay. So shall we have a look at the website? Oh, I need to bring it up. Where's my window gone? Where's my window gone? There we go. I need to bring the website up. So I'm going to share my screen, pop you up the website. We're going to have a look at it there, and then I show you the made up samples, and we're going to get cracking. So let me know as we go into the colors. When I say, just sort of take a note what color you like the most, and when I say now, then put it in, and then I will demo with that color what you like the most. Morning, Kelly. Nice to see you here. Lovely. Good morning, Bridget. Jacqueline here. Good morning. Just getting cozy to concentrate this beautiful morning. Oh, bless you. Good morning, Annette. Good morning, Kelly from Australia. Oh, wow. What time is in Australia now? I'm so bad with time zones, but it should be like maybe 12 hours ahead of us. Kelly, let us know what time is where you are. Like I'm slowly learning. I'm slowly learning all these time zones and where are the places. So let us know what time is it where you are. I'm just so fascinated. People can join in from all over the world. Good morning, Mina. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Linda. All of you lovelies here. Right. Okay. Eddie, good morning. I'm going to go and show you the website quickly. Oh, Kelly said 7:5 p.m. Wednesday. So that is mental math. Very sort of, it's 9 hours ahead of us then. Teresa, good morning. Right, okay, so Camille, good morning as well, lovely. I've been missing you yesterday because I had to ask Leanne, can you remind me to drink? Because I haven't been really good. I haven't been really drinking a lot of fluid, so I need you today. Good morning, Anna. It says 4 a.m. Iloa, USA. Good morning to you. That's very early. Thank you so much for tuning in this early time of the day. Good morning, Annie. Right, okay, so we're going over to the website. Right, okay, so by now, you know the drill. You're going to go to the website. It's TotallyBeads.co.uk. You're either going to click on video tutorials here at the top, or you're going to go into categories and go into video tutorials that way. We have got hundreds and hundreds of tutorials over the over the last couple of years, and it's loads of different techniques. Do have a look at it, because if you scroll down, you can look at tutorial. We always keep the current one at the top, but if you scroll down, you can have the tutorials by the date, by kind, by technique, or sort of more short video tutorials as well. And Lucy just popped the link in for us. Today is Eloise bracelet. And if you click on that, that's on Facebook, then you will be able to take you to the page, which I am just going to be showing to you. So I'm going to scroll up to the top. I'm going to go into this, and there is 5 colorways today. So Simon has given us a great offer, and bear in mind, each kit will make you 2 pendants. Oh my God. It's only 10:07 and I'm already not knowing what I'm talking about. So let me just have a I got a cold drink and a hot drink here as well. With this thing, please drink lots of fluids. Absolutely, I need to. So each one of the kits will make you 2 beautiful bracelets. I kind of like choosing the colors. The crystals are the same, the pearls are different. So one of the colorways will stand out, and the other one is kind of like blend in. And I really love blending colors in and playing with colors. That's kind of like one of my, and playing with the beads. I was actually talking to somebody yesterday, and I said, like, designing and playing with the beads for me, it feels like, you know, when you buy a Lego set, or not even just not even a whole set, but you just buy a box of Lego for a child. That is like that for me with beads, because I just like to sit there and I just like to, I just like to play with the beads. Right, okay, so I'm going to pop into this one. We got Electric Teal, we got Ivory Rose, we got Lavender Frost, we got Oriental Lavender, and Pewter Shadow. And we're just going to pop into one of them to show you the details. So you make 2 bracelets. I have chosen the colors kind of for the clasp, kind of sort of reflect some of the colors in the beads. Only extra you want to add on there is needle and thread, or if you wanted the printed instructions, because they'll actually send to you. But if you want the printed instruction, that's an extra as well, and you have to click on the bottom. So you get 2 of them. Have we got? No, we just got the bracelets there. So you get 2 strands of the pearls, 1 of each color, a strand of the crystal, and a couple of clasps. Right, okay, I'm going to come back out, and actually I'm going to go back down. I'm going to go down to the table and show you them in real life so we can get making. There we go. And I'm going down. So we have got, let's see how they're on the website. So the first one, the clasp are sticking together. The first one is Electric Teal. I do love this one because, you know me, I like aquas and teals. They are my most favorite colors, and blues and purples and grays and blacks and all the colors. But my go-to colors are aquas and teals most of the time. They're beautiful colors with those. I just like instead of using seed beads, I just like that we are able to use these beautiful crystals and stuff. So that's Electric Teal. The next one is Ivory Rose. So make note of the colors, because I will ask you in a minute which color you like the most, and I'm going to be making with that one. So next one is Ivory Rose. So we got a plummy burgundy color pearl and a ivory color pearl, and the crystals I have chosen, they are sort of like, I can't remember what the name of them exactly, because they all be named sort of different things, and I'm mainly remembering iris. That's it. And mainly remembering color numbers rather than names. The iris crystals, because they have got burgundy in them, but they also have got this hint of ivory, this little bit of a gold shimmer coming through. Really, really beautiful. Right, next one is the Lavender Frost. And that's this one. So the Lavender Frost is got the lavender pearls. It's got white pearls as well. And this is the purple iris crystals with it. So the purple iris has got like a hint of blue in there as well, which I think really nicely binds them together and just gives you, just really makes them stand out. Next one is the Oriental Lavender. So again, I have chosen two pearls. We got a more of a tanzanite color pearl, and we have got like a royal blue pearl. And then the crystals are royal blue. So in the purple version, they will stand out, and in the blue, they will blend in. And last but not least is the Pewter Shadow, which is our sort of classic colors. So we got silver, and we got, I think it's called French grey, the pearl color. And then we have got the black one, and it's silver crystals with it. So it kind of like blends in here a little bit and stands out more in this version. So that's our 5 colorways. So now I need you to put in what color do you want me to demo with, and I will demo with that color. So just to recap, Electric Teal is these two beauties. Ivory Rose is these two. Lavender Frost, we got Oriental Lavender, and then we have got Pewter Shadow here at the end. Last but not least, as they say. So I'm just going to come back. I like them all the most. Lucy is saying, oh bless. Right, so I'm just going to come back and just quickly say hello, Ruth. Julie, good morning. Jitty, good morning. Lucy's saying very pretty. I really love this one as well. And you will see Helena, good morning from Sweden. You know, it will be so easy to make. Angela, good morning. Thank you so much, loving. Ivory Rose, Camille is saying, Ivory Rose. So we've got 2 for Ivory Rose. Can the crystals be substitute for size 11 seed beads? And what size are the pearls, please? So the pearls are these oval pearls, and the size of them, I think they're 4x6. 4x6 millimeter, yeah, that's it. They're 4x6 millimeter oval pearls, and the crystals are the little 2 millimeter crystals, the micro crystals we have. They're fairly new. We only had them probably about a month or so. You can substitute them for size 11 seed beads, sure. Celia, good morning. There's some beautiful colors in there. Oh, thank you. Amina's saying teal. Joe's saying teal. So we've got 2 for Ivory Rose. We've got 2 for teal. Lavender Frost. Lavender Frost is my favorite, but I like them all. Actually, they are all beautiful. Lavender Frost. So we got 3 Lavender Frost, Oriental Lavender, Ivory and Lavender Frost are in the lead. Pewter, Electric Teal is the same. Lavender Frost 4, Plumby Burgundy, bless you. Lavender, yeah, I think the Lavender Frost has one, which is this one. Let me just go back and click back on this. Yes, the Lavender Frost is this one, the white with Lavender Frost again. Oriental Lavender. Benny saying good morning, Till. Lavender Frost. I like natural pearl and bronze colored one. Love the black and silver. I think Lavender Frost is one. White and pink. Yes, that's a Lavender Frost. Teal. Lavender, another one for lavender. So we're going to go with these beauties. So I'm going to pop these to the side. Actually, there is nothing saying you couldn't mix the colors. You could mix the colors, like you could have 2 kits and mix the colors. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. Oh, what have I got this going here? I can see myself twice there. Let's just X this one out. Don't know what happened there. Right, so I'm just going to grab the beads. So in the kit, you will have one of these beautiful crystals, a strand of these beautiful crystals, a strand of your white pearls, and a strand of these beautiful lilac-y pearls. as well as a couple of clasps. And I got the clasp here. So I'm just going to grab some thread and needle, and we're going to get started with this beautiful make. Because I already have a sample with one color each, I could mix the colors. So do let me know. Shall we do one color or shall we mix the two colors? We could do any of them really, whatever you like. So we could have single color or mixed color. So let me know in the chat if you want me to make a single color or a mixed color. Good morning, chef. Nice to see you here. Double kitty, double the fun. Oh, Lucy's saying, we can stay all day. Demo. I'm avoiding real life. Oh, bless you. Right, I'm just going to grab a needle. I need to find a fairly straight needle in my little hedgehog here. I'll keep that one. No, that's not the one. That's size 12. And when you want to find one, a straightish one, it never really appears. Right, I'm going to treat myself to a new needle. You're sort of like trying to use all of these needles up. And then they bend. I go through so many needles, like so many. I probably go through a pack a week, really. Because I just sort of grab them and hold on to them so tight that they're always like 2 minutes and they are bent. Right, just threading this needle. One thing, like since I had COVID, one thing like my eyesight, like and Leanne actually said the same because she had it like a week after me, that I don't know if anybody else had this, but since I had it, like it's really hard to thread the needle. Like it's really hard to see the eye of the needle. So I don't know if there's something what happening to other people as well, if it's just me and Leanne, but definitely something's going on. Right, there we go. Oh no, put it back. There we go. So with this one, we're going to start with the clasp on one end and then we're going to work our way all the way to the other end. So right, so Helen is saying mix, Camille is saying mix, Ellen is saying mix. Everybody would like mix, so we're going to mix it, definitely, 100%. We're going to mix, please. No, nobody say single color. Everybody's saying mix, so I think you are on agreement on this. Morning, Alison, nice to see you here. Mix, Debbie's saying, Heidi's saying mixture. My favorite color, Alison is saying mix. Everybody's saying mix. So we are going to mix. Single color. Oh, what? Jacqueline's saying single color, please. Looks like my stash of needles. Mix, David is saying. Natalie saying, I went through 3 on the last live alone. I'm trying not to break needles or bend them, then getting the pliers to bend them straight again. Yeah, I do that as well. I just sort of get a plier and like sort of bend them out to be straight, but you can only do it so times. And once like bend it out once or twice, it like bends even faster. But like, you know, anything to do to save a needle. Right, okay, so let's cut these strands down and get our beads so we can get started. So we could do a pattern. We could do all sorts of things. I'm going to do, what shall I do? I'm going to do a set of white and then a set of these beautiful lilac-y colors. And obviously the crystals in between. I'm just going to grab a few off of my strand. Right, so I'm going to start. We could either do like sort of white on one side and lilac on the other side, or we could do, I think we would do sets of white, sets of lilac, sets of white. That would look nice as well. We could do all sorts of different things. Yeah, I'm going to do a set of white and a set of lilac, set of white, set of lilac, alternated all the way down. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to pick up, actually I'm going to go through the loop on the clasp first. And then I'm going to pick up 1 pearl. I'm going to pick up 5 of these beautiful crystals. And then another pearl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another pearl. I use my nylon pliers to straighten my needles until the eye is too squished. That's a really good tip there, Teresa. Thank you so much. Because if you're using normal pliers like these, because they are hard on the edges, they will kind of like bend the needle. But if you're using nylon jaw pliers, and I'm just going to grab one to show everybody. So nylon jaw pliers are like this. They have got like a protective, like a plastic acrylic. I lost the word. Tip to them, and then when you're trying to sort of straighten the needle with it, you're not going to be putting as much pressure. Definitely not going to have corners with it, so you're not going to have like sort of little kinks. Very good tip, Teresa. Thank you so much for that. Right, okay, so I have gone through the clasp, picked up a pearl, 5 of the beautiful crystals and another pearl, and then I'm going to come through from my tail end through the loop of the clasp again, and let's move this down for a little bit so I can, yeah, that's good. So loop of the clasp, and I'm going to go through all of the beads one more time, just wrap it around my hand there. So I'm going to go through the pearl, the 5 crystals, and the pearl. So I want to have like a nice solid base here. And when I get, and I don't say to do this, but lately I have been partial to knotting my tail ends and my working thread together. So I am back where my tail end is. I'm going to knot the 2 threads together. I'm not going to pull it very, very tight, but I am just going to knot it together so my thread is not able to travel backwards. So I got a nice and a strong base for my beadwork. There we go. And then what I need to do is I'm actually going to go through a loop, and I'm going to come up through the pearl. I want to get to the middle crystal on the other side. So through the pearl, and I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3 crystals, and I'm going to come out of the 3rd one. Now from here, we're going to repeat doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to pick up 1 pearl. I'm going to pick up 5 crystals. Oh, hold on. The alternating colors. I picked up the white one. Back. Reverse. So I'm going to pick up a lilac-y pearl now because I'm mixing the colors. Then 5 crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another pearl. And as I'm coming out of that middle crystal there, I'm going to take my needle through that exact middle crystal. I'm coming out of this side, so I'm going to come from the other side. So the thread is connected to both sides there. And pull this up nice and tight. I should have untwirled my thread. I'll do that 1 sec. Oh, come on, thread. You were behaving up until now. So this usually happens that like your thread is trying to knot up because it's twisted. So when sometimes you take it off from your reel, it can get twisted. So I'm just going to pull this through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to untwist it in a sec before I go any further. So untwist your thread. What you're going to do, and I'm going to come back to the main screen for this one. You're going to hold the needle up in your hand. And I'd kind of like to hold it just underneath the needle. So I'm not putting any stress on the eye. And then with my other hand, I'm going to take my index finger and thumb, and I'm going to pull this all the way down. And when I get down to the bottom, it's going to start twisting around. So it was twisted, and then it's untwist itself. And I do this a couple of times. So just pull it all the way down. There we go. Maybe one more time. We learned this the other day. Third time the charm, or third time lucky. There we go. And then now, hopefully, when we pull our, it's going back down on the mat. Now, when I pull my thread through, you shouldn't want to try to knot up. So I went through that middle crystal. I'm going to continue my thread with the thread puff I have already. I'm going to go through the pearl. And again, I'm going to go into 1, 2, 3. I want to come through the middle crystal. Kimberly's saying coffee. Thanks, you come in. I always forget, and I think I'm not the only one guilty of this, that when you sit down and you get completely lost and you beading, sometimes I sit down and 2-3 hours go past and I don't even realize the time, because you kind of like sit there enjoying yourself. Just time just runs, and you forget to drink, you forget to eat, you forget everything. You even forget to go to the ladies' room, and then like me and Leanne, we usually laugh about this because you only go on the very, very last minute when you absolutely have to go. It's like, no, I have to go now. Right, so I'm picking up 1 pearl, 5 crystals, 1 pearl. Again, I'm coming out of that middle one. So I'm going to come through that middle crystal. Now, as you're going through this, like, try to keep a tight tension, but if your tension is not so tight and you have got little gaps, like that, don't worry about it, because you're going to come back and tighten it up in a bit. At the end, we're going to run down on one side and run up on the other side. So I'm going to, again, come through the pearl, following my thread puff around, and I want to come out of the 3rd crystal, and really, that's the only step you need to know to sort of grow the pattern. And then we will do the sides once we get through. Right, I just need to release a bit more thread from my there we go. So how are we doing so far? I hear seagulls. Teresa saying yes. So where do I start with my seagulls? We have, last year we had 3 baby chicks on the roof, and they came down from the roof and they just went. Now this year we had 3 baby seagulls on the roof, and unfortunately one of them was abandoned. I think they pushed him or her. Let's say him. We named him Kevin. They pushed Kevin off the roof, and he was living on our balcony for quite some time. And like, you kind of feel sorry for the little guy, because like the mom or the dad, it's not coming down and feeding Kevin at all. So we started feeding Kevin, and we looked up, and Victoria looked up, and you can feed seagulls like fish based cat food. So I've been feeding Kevin, and the silly mum, which was so annoying, he or dad would come down and eat Kevin's food and then fly away, but don't feed Kevin at all. But anyway, so we've been feeding Kevin for a couple of weeks, and he's got really nice and big. And he came down from the roof, and he was in the garden for a while. Then his siblings came down as well. One of them flew off not long afterwards, but of the other one, his name is Stuart. We named him Stuart. So we had Bob, Kevin, and Stuart, named after the 3 minions. Stuart is still in the garden, and Kevin is the one we were feeding, is keep going off. But he's back every single day. He's back. He's back in the morning and he's back in the evening. I wouldn't mind, like, really, like they're so cute. Sometimes I just sit there in the afternoon and like do some beading on the veranda and just watch them sort of fly around in the garden. They're really, really cute. But like when they're hungry, they make this screeching sound, and I'm trying like sort of to wean them off and not feed them anymore. But after 2 hours of screeching, like you kind of like you give them some food, because like the parents are not coming and feeding them anymore. But the whole point of the story that It's like I'll be going on walks and sort of looking around. All the other baby seagulls are gone from all the other roofs around the area. They're all down at the seafront, and my seagulls, my seagulls are still here. It's the parents which are more loud than the little ones, but they're kind of like beautiful. You watch this sort of chicks going from like a really grey and dull to turn into brownish color, and then the specks come through and some white feathers are coming through. They are really, really beautiful creatures. He comes back and say, "Mommy, feed me." And you know what's the strangest thing? Like if like Victoria was Victoria even went down, like and did like made them a bird bath and like with a big in a big sort of tray, put water in, and then she even got another tray and put sand in it for them. So she really looks after them. They really like it here. And if you sit down on the floor in the garden, like you know, like really sort of make yourself look small, they will come closer to you. So they're really beautiful creatures. Right, so if you just that's the seagull story. So we have seagulls. Because anybody's saying like, oh, I got seagulls. I was like, what do you mean you got seagulls? I got seagulls as pets. Right, okay, so if you just joined us, we are making this beautiful bracelet. And I just got another knot on here. I don't know what's going on with my thread this morning. Let me just grab another needle. So if you do get a knot like that, not twisted knot, but not like that, get 2 needles, stick one in the knot, and then unpick it with the other. So much easier than if you're trying to pull it with one needle. You're just going to be kinda making the knot stronger and bigger. I think we are good. There we go. Let me know if any of you live by the seaside and go, I quite like these colors. They actually, like, if you look at it from that way, they look like little hearts. I think they're quite cute. Let me know if any of you live by the sea or sort of close to the sea, because like seagulls do go into land as well. And if anybody has got seagulls, bless them. We got pigeons as well. Pigeons were nesting on the veranda, the back on up in the eaves. They're gone now. So we had all sorts of, and actually we had a baby deer in the garden, because like on the sort of on the sideway on the drive you can walk into the garden, the back garden. We had a baby deer in one of the bushes one evening as well. So we had all sorts of wildlife around here. Right, I'm just picking up every single time 1 pearl, 5 crystals, 1 pearl. And I'm going to take these down. I'm just chasing the pearl around on my mat. There we go. I'm going to take this down. I am coming out of that middle crystal. So I'm going to go through that middle crystal from the other side. Just like that. I'm going to pull this up. And then you can see we're forming a little loop. I'm going to carry on and follow my thread around. I'm going to go through the pearl. And I'm going to come into the 3rd crystal, the middle crystal. There we go. And repeat it again. I'm doing 2 colors at the same time. So white one is next. I'm picking up 1 pearl, 5 crystals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another pearl. And then I'm going to go through this middle crystal where I'm coming out of from the other side to form a nice little loop. There we go. Lucy just popped the link in again. Oh, David is saying we have loads of seagulls and birds in our garden since we dealt with the brambles. I'm in Corner Avenue. Yeah, they go up there. They're everywhere, like here. Like, I think, but I don't know, David, you've been around this area for a few years, like quite a few years now. I think like when the first lockdown happened, that's when, like before that, they weren't that many seagulls. But I think when we went into the first lockdown and a lot of people came up for the seaside, and I think a lot of people were feeding them. And I think last year definitely they were much more seagulls that, like for me, like maybe my observation, than the year before. And this year there's definitely much more seagulls than we had last year. So I think they boomed, they boomed under the lockdown because everybody was feeding them, or they were going for scraps. They can get really cheeky. Christopher, when I took my son to McDonald's, and we came out and he was eating his burger in his hand, and the seagull flew down and just grabbed it, just snatched it. That's it. And then the burger was gone. The seagull flew away with the burger. So they do get hungry, I think, now, and they do get very, very, very cheeky. So it's a very easy pattern, very quick to do as well. I need to do a few more, but we are almost there. So each time you're picking up a pearl and 5 crystals, another pearl. Now you could experiment all sorts of different sizes of beads, all sorts of different shapes as well. I love it with these ovals because they just sit like kind of like differently. You could try them with round beads. You could try all sorts of beads. And pulling this up as well. So each time, that's all we're doing. It's kind of like right angle weave. Well, not kind of is. Going round and round and always up. Very, very easy little pattern. I'm alternating the pearl colors as I go through. But each time I'm picking up 1 pearl, 5 crystals, 1 pearl. There we go. And then going through the same crystal I'm coming out of, just like that. Heidi Singh, we have a seagull that gets noisy every morning at 5 a.m. Yes, Heidi, they start at 5 a.m. here as well. I do like to sleep with my window open, but at 5 a.m. I have to get up and I have to shut the windows, and so I can go back to sleep. Because they're on the rooftops, they kind of like, I swear they communicate to each other, because I can really hear them like in a circle around, that one starts off and the other one starts, and then they go on and on and on, sort of talking to each other in a way. But yeah, they start at 5 a.m. here as well. Like, sun comes up, the seagulls are up. That's it. Like they're like, I suppose if you had like chickens and a cockerel, the cockerel would start in the morning, but then it would like, it would be quiet. But the seagulls are like going for it all day. This would make a nice choker in saying absolutely. Mandy saying in Wales, and the seagull got my husband's ice cream. Oh yes, yeah, they go for everything. They steal everything if they're hungry. I think. Joy Singh, we have seagulls on our rooftops. We are not very close to the sea though. My next door neighbor has an aviary, so it's quite noisy here. Oh, I do love birds though. I think they are so amazing, like creatures, that how they can fly, and they're really, really amazing. But not 5 a.m. Like if they would be like, if you could, I don't know, ask them. Now it's like, okay, can you be quiet until 7, and then you're fine. You can stay then. If you're quiet until 7, no seagull talk. Shall we put a sign up for them? They're like, no seagull talking until 7 a.m. If they can read it. And we have to learn seagull language. Susie's saying, I grew up on a lake and now live by the Atlantic Ocean. So you must have seagulls as well. 100%. Like they're everywhere. It's like the hobnail boots on the roof, David is saying. Yeah. They can be quite loud. Right, I'm gonna have a look for size because I think I'm almost there with the size I need to be. And you can see as we're going along, so we have got a little bit of thread showing there, then a little bit of thread showing there, and that's normal. So as you're going through your bracelet and making, that will be normal because that's how you pick them up, but we're going to remedy that just in a sec. So I need, and as you're doing your bracelet is going to get a tiny bit smaller, like maybe you know, a quarter of an inch smaller once you put it together. I need to add 3 more pearls. So the next one is a set of whites, and on the very last one we are adding the clasp one at the same time. So 3 more sets. So white one is the next, 1 white pearl, 5 crystals, 1 2 3 4 5, and another white pearl. I'm going to come through the crystal again and follow my thread path around and up to the 3rd crystal. I'm going to always want to come out of the 3rd crystal. Has anybody got any question? Please pop it in the chat so I can answer it for you. Very simple, easy pattern today. I love doing something like this because when you do something like this, you don't really have to think about it. You can just sit there and just make it. And especially if you're meeting up with friends or if you're beading together, these type of projects are the perfect projects because even if you chat and get distracted, you still can come back and you know what you need to do because it's nice and simple. It's pattern repeat. It's pattern repeat all the way down. There is only one step, and once you know that step, you're good to go. Right, so I'm going to be adding my last set of pearls. So when you're adding your last set of pearls, so I'm going to pick up 1 pearl. And instead of picking up the 5 crystals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 2 crystals. 1, 2. I'm going to go through the other loop on the clasp. I'm going to pick up another 2 crystals. 1, 2. And I need another pearl. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did. I'm just going to come through that middle crystal right there and pull this up nice and tight. Now, if you're using larger sort of clasp with larger holes on them, this will come around, don't worry, because it's magnetic and it can twist around, so I didn't have to be worried so much about getting it straight. So if you're using clasp with larger holes, then you might want to add 5 crystals on there to keep the sort of the gap same. Right, so I'm just added the clasp there. I'm going to follow my thread around, so I'm going to go into the pearl. I'm going to come through the crystals. 1 2 3 4. And now I'm ready to run down one side of my bracelet. So we have got like a little bit of thread showing on here, then thread will be showing here. That's absolutely normal, and we're going to remedy that just now. So I'm going to come through the pearl. Then from the pearl, I'm going to go into straight both of those crystals, going towards the next pearl. So I'm just running down one side of my bracelet, and when I go in there and I pull this a little bit tighter, can you see that gap, that thread which was showing just disappears? So that's all we're doing. It's kind of like remedying with making this thread disappear, and also running up and down on your bracelet an extra time. It just makes it stronger. Don't forget, like, these crystals are really good quality. They got a very nice size hole on them, so they are perfect to do stitching like this with it. However, they are still crystals, so they could have a sharper edge somewhere, and I haven't had any of them break on me actually. But the more you go through, the stronger your bracelet is going to be. So I'm just always going through the two crystals towards the pearl and then the pearl itself. And again, the two crystals and the pearl all the way down. Do you make it 2 lengths wide? If so, how would you do it? What do you mean 2 lengths wide? So if you wanted to add, like if you wanted to make it wider this way, is that what you mean, Elaine? Or if you wanted to have it as a wraparound? Do let me know. What do you mean? Time for coffee? Absolutely, Camille. Thank you so much. Joy saying, what size are the pearls and the crystals? So the pearls are 6 by 8 millimeter oval pearls, and the crystals are the micro crystals. They are 2 millimeter in size, and that's all you need. You could substitute this, like you could try out with other beads as well. Not a problem. They have got 5 different colorways on the website, 5 different kits. Each kit will make you 2 bracelets. It has 2 colors of the pearls in there, 1 colors of the crystal, and a couple of clasps. Needle and thread are extra. It is £7.50 each, or you get for £12 you get to choose any 2 of them. You can pick and mix which 2 you want to choose from, and that's for £12 you're going to be making 4 bracelets. So I'm just running all the way down, always going through the 2 crystals and then the pearl itself. Yes, make it wider. So if you wanted to have, like if you wanted to have 2 next to each other, that would be a different pattern, because you would have to have something joining the 2 together. So you would be sort of going around that way. So you would have, how do I explain this? So you would have a wider side, not wider. You would have the 5 crystals here, and then you would have to have the 5 crystals on the top. So you would go around in loops just like that, and then you would move up to the next one. It's absolutely doable. I have a little play if I get time later on today, and I'll pop a picture on Facebook for you. But exactly the same principle. You would be doing another row at the same time. So before you kind of step up to the next row, you would be adding a couple on the side. I think it will be a bit stiff if you use a tiger tail, Camille Singh. So that was probably a question on which I missed. Can you use tiger tail? No, not for this one. You could possibly use a monofilament, which is or you know, any of that type of there's so many different brands are available, like Beaded and all sorts of ones. You could use that. That would make it a little bit stiffer. Tiger tail, not so much, because you need to be able to crimp it and go back through it. I mean, try it, like give it a go. It might you might find that it works for you. I personally haven't tested it to do something like this with tiger tail, but it could work. I have done sort of half woven things with tiger tails and sort of pendants, and it works. So I don't see, depending on how many times you can go through a crystal with the tiger tail, that will be your determining factor. And obviously you have to change the end, because you're going to have to use crimps somewhere along the line. So I'm down at the right to the bottom, and then I'm just going to turn around and run back on the other side, doing exactly the same, putting the sides more together. Right, okay, so would it look good as a necklace? So if you wanted to do a necklace, what I would do is I would have something in the middle. So obviously we've got the clasp here in the middle, but I would make it into a V-shaped necklace. And I would start off, like probably you would have to have maybe, so I would want to add something in the middle, something, maybe a cluster of 4 pearls or 6 pearls, with maybe 1 crystal in between them, because then you could hook into that crystal going that way and the other crystal going the other way, this clasp, other way, and I would have like a V-shaped necklace with it, and I think that would sit really nice as a necklace as well, in that way. You know, you could either this way or that way, or you could just start with a circle of crystals and work off that. There is so many different things you could do, but definitely I think it would sit nice as a V shape. If you wanted more as a round shape, then you could do that as well. In that case, what I would do, when I'm running down on one side, I would just run down normally, going through 2 crystals. But however, on the other side, when I come around, what I would do, I would go to crystal. Well, so I would go to the pearl, 1 crystal and straight into the pearl, 1 crystal straight into the pearl, 1 crystal straight into the pearl. So this side, then it would be pulled together more, and you would have a natural curve shape. So that's 2 ways how you could turn it into a necklace as well. So you could do that as well. There's so many different things, kind of like you can do, and sometimes it's right at the end when you pull it together and make it happen. I haven't tried it that way as a necklace, but it's worth to experiment with. The other thing you could do is to have, instead of 2 crystals, just have one crystal on one side, so you're not hooking into the 3rd crystal. You will hook into the 4th crystal, then the 2nd crystal, because obviously coming from the opposite end on the other side, and then the 4th crystal, again 2nd crystal, 4th crystal, so naturally turning itself as well. So many different things you could do. Right, let me just see. Could you make it an elastic? Elastic would be a bit flat elastic perhaps, but I'm not sure that you could take a bigger needle and the flat elastic through twice of the crystal, because it has got a larger hole, but it's still quite a small bead. So if you wanted to do elastic, it would have to be a different pattern. You might possibly have to use 2 needles, and you might even need to change the middle crystal to something with a larger hole, and then you could sort of cross over in that crystal. So it would look the same, but your thread path and the way how you apply your, you go about it would be slightly different. Would you be able to do a video tutorial maybe at some point how to make it wider? Yeah, I'll put it on the list. I'm back to my listing now. So when we were doing under the lockdowns, we had this very long list of like things we want to do, and tutorials, lives, etc. And along the line, I stopped adding to this list. So sometimes you have an idea at 2 a.m. in the morning or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and if I don't write it down, I kind of like forget about it. So it's really nice to have a list. So now I'm back to writing lists. So I will put it definitely on the list to have a go with that one and try to make a wider one. I have made a sort of a different necklace, and I don't know if Leanne, it's on your side, I can bring in a show to you, which I will be working on with exactly the same beads and doing something that middle circle bits. It was on your desk, so you must have moved it. It was on a beading mat using these pearls and crystals. Sorry, I was just telling Leanne because she moved things around and then I moved things around and then she moved things around again, and we can never find anything. But she will have a look. She will have a look for us and I'll show you if she can find it. If not, now I'll pop, yeah, there it is. Then I'll pop a picture on where she found it, so I'll show you. So after we did this bracelet, I am gonna go on and do something. This I'll show it to you at the end. It's a work in progress at the moment, but they're gonna be a necklace coming to complete this. To complete with this bracelet, and actually we're gonna have to do earrings as well then. So we got a whole set. Right. Okay. So I am going all the way around. I pulled this side as well, and all is left to do is to do a couple of 1 thread knots and then tie your thread off. So I'm going to go through these 4 again, and I like to do a 1 thread knot, or also called a half hitch knot, somewhere where the thread paths kind of like differentiate and move into different directions, so the knot stays on the right, sort of both of the threads. So I like to take my thread through the pearl, and here we got thread path going into this crystal, and we can continue that way. So I'm going to take my needle, oh sorry, I'm going to take my needle under both of those beads. I'm going to pull this through, and I got this loop appeared here, and before this loop disappeared, I'm going to take my needle through, and I want to make sure that knot ends up between the pearl and the crystal there. And as I'm pulling it, it's going to make a nice knot there. I'm going to go through these 2 crystals. Now you could do this a couple of times if you like, just to make your bracelet nice and stronger. I do like to knot 2-3 times, just to be sure. So again, I'm gonna go under that crystal there. Now what could happen is, I caught my thread. No, what could happen that your thread jumps over to the next crystal. Then you have to kind of like pull it back, because you want that loop coming through right where you are coming through that pearl. So you want it right next to the pearl itself, and I'm going to go through that loop again as I'm pulling it tight. There we go. And then going through the next 2 crystals, and now I'm definitely good. I'm double knotted. I'm definitely good to cut my thread off. Now never cut it off right next to the knot. Always go through a couple of beads. So there we go, and that's how you work it. I'm going to have to work the other end off as well, but I do that in a bit, just after the live. So we have got our beautiful bracelet. So you could have 2 single colors, or you could, we just done a mixed color. Let me zoom out a tiny bit with this one so you can see it. There we go. So you could do all sorts of different variations. Very easy to do. Very easy. Right. Okay. So I need to show you. But and if you are actually following me on my Kitty Robinson Design YouTube channel, then you have probably seen this one, because I think we played with this in one of the creation stations. So once we will, after this bracelet, this is what I'm working on with exactly the same pearls and crystals, and this is gonna be growing. So I'm probably gonna adding another kind of like flower to it, and then just have sort of a simple design going to the back. So this will be coming up with these pearls and crystals very soon as well. So kind of like matching our bracelet. So let me just get to the same color. There we go. So the same color pearls. The crystals are different there, but the pearls are the same. So we're gonna be doing. They were saying, remember loads of those liquids. Oh yes, Leanne. I think what I need to do, I need to set an alarm, like every 10 minutes on my phone, like saying drink. Yeah. So when it goes off, I can always drink. I tried Beauty Stitch ages ago and got totally confused. So an easy guide, please. Yeah, that would be great as well. Can you Beauty Stitch? I really want to do. I love Beauty Stitch. Yeah, cool. Thank you. That's beautiful necklace. So pretty. So yeah. I haven't got a date yet. Like I'm working probably about 3 weeks in advance yet. So probably it's gonna be sometime at the end of August. or start of September, when we're gonna come back and do the necklace version of this. I'm working on so many different projects at the same times that it's it's just like I'm working on loads. Right, okay, so tonight at 7 p.m. you can catch me on Kitty Robinson Designs YouTube if you want to just to hang out. We will be playing with the saddle beads, which I don't know where they are, but never mind. We're playing with the saddle beads, coming up with some designs together. That will be always good fun, 7 p.m. If you fancy that one. Otherwise, Natalie's going to be with you on Friday. I have got, I don't know what she's doing. I'm just grab some of the strings. So the saddle beads are these beautiful beads, beautiful crystals. This is what we were playing tonight in Creation Station at 7 p.m. So do tune in for that one. And otherwise, I'll be back next Wednesday. And we're doing pendants again. I'm doing loads of pendants at the moment. I love it. I do love a good pendant. Thank you, Kitty. Good night, Charlotte as well. It's like 1 a.m. for you. I know it's so late. Charlotte is in Hawaii. On the other side of the world is just so amazing, like how we can all connect, through the social places. Have a blessed day, everyone. See you all tonight for Creation Station. See you all. To you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy whatever you do today. It looks like a really nice weather, so maybe some beading in the garden. Never heard of saddle beads. Anyway, beads to buy. Oh, bless you. They're a shape of a saddle, and it's a crystal, beautiful. We'll be working with that tonight. Right, everybody, take care. Have a beautiful day. I see you soon, and yeah, have a beautiful week. Enjoy the good weather. Bye.